Hi guys, it's Miss Davis. You guys have a test tomorrow, so I want to make sure that you know a couple things that you need to study for tomorrow. The first thing I want to make sure you know how to study is all these formulas. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to help you remember this, okay? Now, circumference is pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. Area is 2 pi r squared. One of the things to help you remember this is that if it has a pi in it, it's a circle, because pi's are circular. Also, if it has a square in it, it's definitely going to be the area. So area, squarea, okay? And if it has a pi, it is a circle. For down here with rectangle and rectangular prism, we have 2L plus 2W is perimeter, L times W is area, and that the surface area is 2 times every combination of length, width, and height, okay? Now they do this because if you watched in one of your videos, they talk about how this stands for the front face and the back face, this is the two side faces, and that this is the top and the bottom, or one way or another, but those are the 6 faces that we're covering, so we need to make sure that we have 6 total faces here, okay? Now, with a rectangle, rectangles are going to be the ones that stick with length and width. All the other ones are going to deal with base and height. So I have these down here. The trapezoid is the one that has 2 bases because it's the one that looks kind of funny. So it's like the square that has the sides going in. The parallelogram is just base times height, okay? And the triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. If you were to cut a parallelogram in half on the diagonal, you would end up with a triangle. That's how they get that formula. Okay? The last set of formulas I want to go over with you are the ones for the square slash cube. So the square is the 2D shape and the cube is the 3D shape. Okay? These are the ones that deal with either sides or edges. Now, perimeter is just simply 4 times the side because the side equals itself. It's a congruent sides all the way around. Area, again, area, squarea, side squared. Surface area, still squared, but we have to do it by 6 because we have 6 faces on our cube. Now, I oftentimes have written this as 6s squared, so 6s squared, because edges and sides, edges are basically the 3D version of our sides on our 2D shape. When the shape becomes 3D, it becomes an edge because there are now multiple faces attached to it. Another couple of things I want to make sure that you know that you're going to have to go over, other than actually solving equations with these problems, make sure you plug in your information and you follow PEMDAS, okay? Especially with trapezoids, if there are those 2 parentheses, you have to add those bases first, okay? Make sure that you are multiplying things that are next to each other before you try to add something to it, and just follow your steps. Take your time on this. You will have time to do this. Don't panic. Don't rush, okay? Another thing you need to know is you need to know about the different types of triangles, okay? So there were a couple different types of triangles that we reviewed. The first one we reviewed were the acute, which was 3. It's the 3 acute angles, okay? We have the obtuse, okay? The obtuse has 1 obtuse angle. The right has the 1 right angle. We have the, I'm going to draw it like this. Those little swoops mean that they're equal. This is the equilateral or equiangular. Okay? Along with equiangular, we also have, equiangular is also equilateral. Because it not only has the 3 equal angles, but it has the 3 equal sides. Okay? In this too, we have equilateral, has 3 equal sides. We also have isosceles, which is where it has 2 equal sides. 2 equal sides, also 2 equal angles. And this one's spelled funny. Isosceles. Okay? The last one of these is the scalene. And I know that's not a good drawing of one, but scalene triangles just have no equal sides. Okay? You also need to know that all angles add together to equal 180 degrees, okay? All the interior angles of each one of these triangles will add up to equal 180 degrees, okay? Another thing you need to remember is the difference between similarity and congruence. Similar shapes have the same shape, but different sizes. Congruent shapes are both similar and equal, so they have same shape and same size. Congruent shapes are basically the exact same shape, just turned a different way, whereas similar are ones that may have everything congruent in both, or everything similar in both triangles, where it's like they're set up with a ratio. So similar triangles just have the same shape, so they can line up with similarity, congruent angles and then rational sides together, whereas congruent simply means it's equal, it's the same shape, it's the same size. Basically, if you were to cut them both out and lay them over each other, they would equal each other. So congruent has to have the same shape and the same size, whereas similar is just the same shape, okay? Let me see. Oh, you also need to know that pi, when we were talking about pi with our circles, pi is an irrational, non-terminating decimal. This means that it goes on forever and ever. It is also a non-repeating decimal. It doesn't ever repeat anything. It just goes on and on and on and on forever. That's what makes it irrational. So it's used oftentimes in here. Don't forget, by the way, that pi is 3.14. So I'll put that up here. You can use it as the terminating decimal 3.14. As you get into the higher maths, you'll get graphing calculators or scientific calculators that have the little button that say pi on it. You can use that as well, because the calculator can calculate it up to higher decimal places than we can. We missed Pi Day. It's one of my favorites, so I will probably post you a fun little song for it at the end of this week, just so that you can start off Easter weekend with a great song. The other students think it's annoying, but I think you guys might like it, okay? If there are any questions on anything, I'm going to give you an assignment, but I don't need it. I mainly want you to look over the types of problems and make sure that you understand how they're doing it. I want you to focus on studying. Write down your formulas. Make sure you know them, review them, study with your siblings that are home with you, study with your parents. Just make sure that you are understanding these formulas. Actually, yeah, I'm not going to give you an assignment. I really just want you to watch this video and use this time wisely to study. And I think you guys are going to do great tomorrow. I think that with as well as you guys have been doing, as long as you remember to multiply and add properly and don't mess up on the small stuff, okay? I think you guys will be absolutely great at this tomorrow. So it's our first test online. We'll see how this goes, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I'll see you back in class tomorrow. And if you have any questions, don't forget to email me, text me, anything at all. I'm here. I'm here for you guys, okay? Bye.